Don't sound sad. You don't have to sound sad, Kevin.
No, I'm not sad. Because I lately have felt overweight for my own body weight. Like,
dude, what do you mean? I remember you going to the fucking gym all the time.
I do, but I also have had periods where I haven't been able to, from crazy scheduling and the hours, and then the hours of my gym are just like honestly shitty. The main reason I'm at the gym is because it's close, but like the hours of it suck, where it's like if I get off too late, I can't go. And then if I didn't get up early enough to go before, depending on when I worked the day before, it's like it's a constant struggle. So I'm trying to go, and I've at least been going several days a week for the last like month and a half. But I was not consistent with it for a couple months when I was moving to this new place.
What could you change to be more consistent, if you were going to be honest with yourself?
Going to sleep earlier. But sometimes it just doesn't happen.
That's really not fun. I suffer from the same thing.
If I get off at 10, I get home at 11. It takes me like an hour basic. I mean, not really a full hour, but like basically with give or take of waiting for the train and all that. And if I'm able to longboard, that helps a lot, and that cuts down my time in half. But if I can't, it's just like a never-ending struggle. And so it's like that combined with the fact I'm trying to do this. So editing the podcast has to fit in somewhere, and it's got to be done in hours that I'm going to have the attention span to do it. I can't be too drained. I mean, I don't need to be perfectly inspired, but I do need to have energy, because otherwise I won't be focused and I won't be able to do it. And it's just like a constant struggle of like, do I go to the gym today or do I edit this podcast? Because I can't do both and also get enough sleep. And sleep is probably the most important of all of them. And I was like struggling hard with not getting enough sleep. Lately, the last several days, I've been very good about like, I need to get this right. It needs to start with the sleep and then move from there, to fix the other habits.
What's an adequate amount for you?
I get up early every day, no matter when I go to sleep. So for me, if I get at least 7, I'll be fine. 8 is perfect, but rare. Anything more than that basically doesn't happen.
Really?
So it's usually less. It's been like for a month, I was maybe getting like 5.5 to 6 on average, and it was just not good.
Good for you though, man. Good for you.
Yeah, that was fucking me up. I was like getting stressed out too. I could tell it was stressed out, and it's stressful. Without going into detail on it, it's stressful at work right now. So it's it's just a lot going on, and that's fine. It's understandable. I know what I signed up for, but when I'm trying to do this too, it can be overwhelming if I'm not getting enough sleep. So I had to make that a priority more so than anything.
Over going to the gym.
Over going to the gym and over even this podcast, which is why I've had like a month delay from the last episode compared to the one I released 2 weeks ago, the one before that.
I only ask because I've always wondered like how important sleep is for individuals. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I only need like, not that I need, on 5 hours, 4.5, I can go through my day. And
really? Mm-hmm. Most people are not functional at that. I mean, there are rare cases, but most people aren't actually at 100% if they do that.
Sure. Let's see. If I go to sleep, and I love the night. That's why, I think that's when shit gets popping. Like Twitter after like 12 a.m. for like 12 a.m. to like 2 a.m.
It's funny. Yeah.
Popping because they think of the West Coast time.
Yeah.
Right.
What's true?
Just saying. But yeah, if I go to sleep around 2:30, I wake up around 6:30, 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what, 5.5 hours.
Damn. I mean, at least you're getting close to 6. It's like really, it's 8 hours is supposed to be the sweet spot for the majority of people.
That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
But
I don't know anything about science, but I'm not gonna spend a third of my fucking day sleeping. I'm not gonna spend a third of my fucking day sleeping.
I get that, but you suffer from it if you don't.
Unless
you're one of the rare percentage that's actually able to survive on less. But most people need it, even if they think they don't. They do studies and they show when they get it, they are better. Like attention span, everything, and even your body healing. Like if you're working out, you'll regenerate your muscles more. Like it helps a lot with recovery.
It's impossible to be like a perfect or like a well-balanced human.
It's in this culture.
Let me ask you. No, that was a statement. Is it possible to be a well-balanced human? perfectly balanced human?
I think it perfectly balanced. I don't know. I think it is possible to be well balanced, but I think only when you are at the point where you're at least not stressing about the basic necessities of life. So for as long as you're still struggling for getting food on the table and paying your bills and paying your mortgage and paying your car payment and all these other things, I think it's impossible to feel truly balanced because you don't control enough of your time, because your time is dependent upon a lot of other things, whether it's your job, your family, your kids. So I think the only way to truly get to some degree of sustainable balance is to be out of that like poverty mentality, or out of the just desire to acquire things, like, in that mentality. I think that just, there's a dead end there. You can get yourself to a pretty good spot with that mentality, but then once you get to that minimum requirement, I think people then lose sight of what's really important.
Yeah, I think, like, how does one balance everything that you said within the construct of 24 hours? Do you do some things maybe intermittently every other day? Do you not go to the gym every day?
Yeah, I can't go to the gym every day because of my sacrifices that I have to make. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even speaking with you in general. I was speaking like with somebody who works the normal 9 to 5, and it takes them an hour to get to work and an hour to come back.
Yeah, I would say sometimes it might be that you gotta just prioritize. Like, all right, today's a chore day. Tomorrow can be a gym day. The next day can be, you got to just work with what your schedule is. It's easier if you have a predictable schedule, like a typical, like literally Monday through Friday, these hours, and it's always that. That's a lot easier to plan your life, because then you can actually make it like, okay, Monday's this day, Tuesday's this day, Wednesday's this day. For someone like me, where my schedule is different every week, it's very hard for me to do that. So I feel like I'm constantly improvising, which is great that I did improv, but I'm constantly trying to figure out, well, what can I do? What combination of things can I do to pull this off?
That's tough.
And I am not doing it. I'm not pulling it off. That's the thing. I'm trying, but it's not balanced. That's why sometimes I'll go without posting a podcast, is because I'm like, I literally couldn't fit it in with everything else that I got to do.
Well, I would say that this is one accomplishment that you should feel good about, actually getting this set up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I feel good about coming, because I usually don't do this type of shit. I'm not sure if we mentioned on, this is all kind of high I'm not sure if we mentioned on the first attempt of this one about my I'm high. I forgot what I was gonna say again.
It's all good, dude. Well, I don't want to make you go over on your time though, because we are kind of getting.
What time is it?
It's 2:23.
Oh, we can go for a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I want to be mindful of your time, but
I appreciate it.
But yeah, so as far as life philosophies then go, what is your version of balance?
I don't know. I have no clue. I think that's probably my probably the biggest thing I struggle with. Balance.
Do you have a vision of what balance would be? Not that you're at it, but that you would see as balance?
Making enough money to focus on other aspects of life. Like community efforts.
Yeah.
More time for myself, seeing the world, having different experiences. I think that's a big one. I don't travel enough, so maybe prioritizing that. Yeah.
I think those are all really good, worthy things to think about. I think that those are important elements to a fulfilling life, right? The community thing, I think, is huge.
At least for me. And, I keep on bringing that up because I am, I'm from Chicago. So I think that it starts with people like me who plan on staying here, or who plan on, staying here their whole life. I feel confident saying I plan on staying here for my whole life. And, actually starting with the community that I'm from, being a Humble Park, and helping that out, and then hoping that inspires others to, do shit in their community and, change shit.
Yeah. And I mean, especially when you've grown up in it, you know it well enough to know what it needs. And if you step outside of it for a little bit, and then come back, you might even have better clarity too.